My mother got into the business from him, and she was a Ikette with Ike and Tina, and a Otis set with Johnny Otis and Shuggy Otis, and
Yeah.
she did her thing in her era. And then I came up singing. I ran into Robin Crawford, who was Whitney Houston's best friend, and sang for her, me and my group at the
Oh,
time. And I was signed to Whitney's label in the 90s, and that's how I met Herb Middleton. He was going to produce a couple of songs off my album with Whitney, when I was with Whitney.
Moontown Records and Publishing. Known for shaping the sound of 90s soul and hip hop, Middleton is now bringing that same legendary touch to his own label. Stay tuned for our exclusives. You're watching Worldwide Entertainment, TV media, where the culture meets the headlines.
Parasol to speak about his latest project and other things. So let's start with your journey. How did you first step into the world of soul and neo soul music?
Man, well, that term didn't start until like the early 90s.
Yeah,
But singing, man, I'm a third generational singer, man. My grandfather, he put the bug in our ear, in our
yeah,
family. He was a pianist, a blues pianist from Houston,
okay.
Texas. And then my mother got into the business from him. And she was a Ikette with Ike and Tina, and a Otis set with Johnny Otis and Shuggy Otis. And
Yeah,
she did her thing in her era. And then I came up singing. I ran into Robin Crawford, who was Whitney Houston's best friend, and sang for her, me and my group at the
oh,
time. And I was signed to Whitney's label in the 90s. And that's how I met Herb Middleton. He was going to produce a couple of songs off my album with Whitney, when I was with Whitney.
yeah.
And but that journey didn't work out. And so here we are, like 80 years later.
Okay. So having that experience before, what did you gain from that scenario? Although everything didn't work out as you wanted, but I'm sure you encoded some positives to it.
And I can only answer this because of the time that's been spent. Patience,
Yeah,
and to take care of yourself and to continue doing what you love doing. People say it's not your time, it's God's time, and all of that type of thing. I've been singing since I was 15. I've been trying to be professional ever since that time.
yeah,
The age I am now, I would have never thought that it would have taken this long, quote unquote. But
yeah.
I'm still here. I'm still young. I'm still in my prime, and I still got some common sense in my head a little bit, and I can still sing and perform. So
Yeah.
yeah, so patience, 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 and hopefully it don't take everybody this long, but patience.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a strong word there, patience.
yeah.
It's not always easy to have patience, but
No, it's not. No, it's not, especially for me. If I was signed in I think I signed that record contract in 1996,
oh, oh,
and it's
oh,
2025. Do the
yeah,
math. It's been that long, and I've had a hell of a journey in between that time.
yeah,
And but I really you just have to really give it to God. It was up to me to make sure I took care of myself and, not go crazy trying to live, but to still be here. I give that to God because it's the reason why I'm still here.
it's true.
Yeah.
So, as you said, it wasn't called neo soul at the time, and I know like genres have come and go since that time that you said that you were doing music. For newer fans to get acquainted with the soul genre, what would you say is the top five soul artists of all time and why?
Oof. We talking about neo soul, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
or soul in general.
man, it's too many of them. Of course, you could say like Erica Badu. I'm a huge D'Angelo fan, so you could definitely
Yeah,
say D'Angelo. But then you have Bilal, you have Dwele, you have Kindred. It's a million of them. And
yeah,
then some who came up a little bit later, the internet. Man, and I'm being unfair to not for my brain to not think of so many people. What was my
yeah.
girl's tree? It's a million of them. Yeah,
Oh,
they all brought their own hits, man.
yeah,
They really did. And I love today's artists too, man. To be honest with you, neo soul hasn't stopped.
Yeah,
You got your Jasmine Sullivan's, and matter of fact, I tell a lot of people, Lucky Day is very close to D'Angelo's vibe, man. There's
yeah.
this oh God, Collier, what's his name? It's a white dude from overseas, and I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. Jacob Collier. That
Oh,
dude
right.
is bananas. So it's a lot of people still doing it. I
That's
can't just
good.
name five. It'll
Yeah,
be
that's
even.
good. At least, yeah, at least you're giving some names that people could go check out if
Yeah,
they're not acquainted to neo soul. So, what
yeah.
would to you? What is neo soul music?
To me, I think what had happened, see, I come from an era where I grew up on Motown. My grandfather was born in the 30s, so him being around that blues era, I think what happened with the neo soul is it gave those soul more 808 drums, more kick to the feel, more a little bit
Yeah,
more hip hop feel to it with those jazz chords and those minor chords, it just
yeah,
gave it a different little flair, a little upbeat flair, and then the arrangement. If back in the days you sang pretty straight on a track, you
yeah.
now have more of a hip hop arrangement.
It's funny that you said that because just today I was watching a video about Michael Jackson and the artists he's influenced, and the songs that you hear today is a lot coming from Michael, like the archetypes, just four archetypes. And then
Hmm.
during the video, it had the part where Kanye said the Good Life song that he had with T-Pain. He said he was in the studio with Michael or something, and Michael said, "Oh, whose voice is that?" And he said, "Oh, that's mine." Then he said, "Oh, once Michael said I could sing, I think that inspired me for the 808 album with the beats and production."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what because you know what, Michael, I love Michael, but I remember when he kind of got old a little bit. They asked him what he thought about Jay-Z, and he said, "Oh, Jay-Z's for the kids." And I said, "No, Mike, no." But because then he needed fresh writers. He needed
yeah,
Neo and T-Pain and all of them to kind of give him that
yeah.
new arrangement. And to me, that's
Because
all it
yeah,
is.
yeah, because as soon as you said he had the little hip hop flair with it, I said, "Oh, that's exactly what Kanye was. That's how Kanye fit in there with that 808s album."
Now, outside of the production, when we talked about the arrangement, the song arrangement,
Yeah.
it was around "Ain't Nobody" by Shaka Khan.
Yes, I know.
That's
Yeah.
like an arrangement like today. And I'll tell you another one, Luther Vandross.
Luther
I
Vandross.
can't help myself, don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my loving. That's kind of what we're doing right now. But it's been
Yeah,
done
yeah.
before. Yeah, it's been done before.
Okay. So your song Gonna Stay Friends is currently sweeping the indie charts. Did you expect this to resonate the way it has?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I like to my worst critic, and I know that I
Yeah.
didn't give 100, or I won't say I didn't give 100% vocal performance. It wasn't a song to where you just do a whole bunch of riffs and runs, and I love what I wrote. The lyrics are very relatable. It's a simple song about having like a female best friend or a girl that you've known a long time. You may have crushed on her, and but she don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? And she don't want to cross that line, and she doesn't want to lose her friendship, with you. And that song is just basically saying, look, we're gonna still be friends, like, come on, girl, stop playing, and that's basically what it is. And I think a lot of guys can relate to that.
Okay, so that was
So
the
it's more so the lyrics of I think is what's catching people.
yeah,
But her put a heck of a beat to it, man. It makes you want to move. And
yeah.
yeah,
So how was it working with her?
he's amazing, man, and very unpredictable, bro. He's very unpredictable. And I say this in a lot of interviews. The track that you get from him to write is never the final track. So
Yeah,
he'll make a beat, he'll give it to you, you write to it, and what he does is he'll take your tone and he'll start surrounding your voice with, he'll change it. He'll just start surrounding that beat around your voice. And so it's never how you first hear it. So by the time it gets mixed and he throw it back to you, you be like, what is that?
Yeah.
He'll always add some new stuff to it. And he's amazing, man. And it's amazing to watch him work because that's where he gets creative.
So how did you get connected with Moontown Records and the company?
Through Herb Middleton. Like I said, I was
Oh,
signed with Whitney back in the
yeah.
days, and Herb Middleton was powerful back then. Oh my God, man, he was powerful. The songs that he's done in the 90s, people still sing and they still play these songs today. And
Yeah.
so when I found out that Whitney had found him, or Robin Crawford, one of
Yeah.
them found him for me. And the minute they said, "Hey, you gonna work with Herb Middleton," my jaw dropped. I said, "Let's go, let's go," And so what happened though was I'm from Compton. I'm from Los Angeles, California. So
Okay.
when I got signed with Whitney, I flew over to the East Coast. That was my first time being in New York, and it was a strange place for me,
Yeah.
especially at 21, being so young. At that time, Herb was already married, with some young kids. He was established and he had his head on straight.
Yeah.
And that was very rare for me to find in that industry back then. So me and him kind of clung to each other. I clung to him. It was kind of
Yeah.
like he was my safe haven, you know.
Okay.
And that, I think, is more so of why I'm on the label now. The talent, most definitely, but we formed a friendship,
Yeah.
that outside of the industry. And then we lost contact for about 25 years. And because of the power of social media, I finally found him one day, like, "Hey, man." And he was like, "Man, what happened? I didn't know if you was dead. I didn't know if you had got on drugs, And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm still here, still doing my thing." And at that time, he was just getting ready to start a new label. And that was probably about 4 years ago. And then 2 years ago, it got more serious. Last
Yeah.
year, it got legitimized. And here we are.
Okay.
Here we are.
Your
Yeah.
style, your style feels both classic and current. How did you come up with your style?
What's so funny is everybody knows I'm a huge D'Angelo fan. So for some reason, they
Yeah.
feel that I take a lot from him. I don't hear it. But I would definitely say that there's some influence there, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't hear the D'Angelo vibe like everybody else hears. But I don't mind a D'Angelo production or type of track, or something like that from Jay
Yeah.
Dilla, or anything like that. I like that kind of sound. And from there, I just start writing, man. I don't know. Like I said, being the 70s, I grew up on a lot of different music. I grew up on these music from my grandparents, these music, 60s music, 70s, so I got Motown, disco, I got
No, I
this
listen. I
music
know
in me.
to different decades and everything.
Yes,
I
yes.
I do that too.
Yeah. And so, I'll tell you this, the music speaks. When you listen to the music, the key that it's in, the tone that
Yeah.
it's in, it gives you that emotion, whether it's a sad song, whether it's a happy song, and once I get the feel for it, my pen just starts going.
Okay.
That's about it. I guess
Yeah.
I guess if people hear other artists, I'm sure it's the influence that I have, but it's not intentional.
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
you're just doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
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 So with this buzz building, are there any plans for a solo EP or album in the works?
I'm working on it now, man. Yeah, so here's what's funny. I'm also a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
R&B first. But I picked up that rap bug, man. And I didn't want to do it if I was like there's a lot of singers who try to rap and they do
Yeah.
that ABC rap. No, if you're not gonna learn hip hop, if you're not gonna really learn how to really rhyme
Yeah.
as an R&B artist, don't touch it. And I think they wanted me to come out as a rap artist first.
Yeah.
And so I actually did a whole rap album, man, that's sitting on the shelf. And then what happened was after I did the rap album, Herb sent me the Gonna Stay Friends track.
Yeah.
And I wrote to it, I sent it to him, and he put that sucker out. So we've been going, and I did do an interview with this young lady named Pepper, the Hot Pepper Show in Texas.
Yeah.
And we had a full hour interview, man, and all I had was that one song. And she told me afterwards, she said, "I have never in my life done an interview with an up and coming artist that only had one song, and I said, "Well, ma'am, I just got started on this R&B journey. You know,
Yeah,
I thought I was coming out with rap music first." We had a ball on that show, man. It was my personality and how I interacted
yeah.
with the audience, and that filled in for the other music I didn't have. So,
That's good. That's good. It's interesting because I know with Drake, he was doing the rapping, but I don't know if it was his father or someone told him to put out the R&B because the R&B would chart faster than him being a rapper. And that's why he says, I believe he says, he won't ever put out a full rap album.
mhm.
He knows like for selling, he'll sell better having both on there.
You know what's crazy? I love the reaction that you get from being from making a great rap album. You know what I mean? It's that vibe, it's that energy. But at the same time, it ain't nothing like singing and crooning. You know, it's just got a soul feel to it.
Yeah,
So I understand, but his father, I understand, was an artist. So of
yeah,
course he's gonna tell his son that, you know. And yeah, it's nothing like singing either. It's a whole vibe, man. And like for me, I'll try anything, bro. I came up in that era, especially that 80s era. You know, we listen to all them 80s songs, man. I
yeah,
was an MTV baby too, so I'll try a rock song. I got an alternative song I'm working on. You know, I'll try it. You know, why
yeah.
not? If it feels good.
Another person that was a blueprint for us, I believe, Lauryn Hill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill over there singing and rapping. She was another one that
Yeah.
wait for that.
Man, everybody, CeeLo, her, Queen Latifah. Yeah,
Latifah,
it's
yeah,
a lot of people. Unfortunately, Latifah was in that. She tried it first, I think, because she came in that little era where they actually bashed her for that.
yeah, yeah.
You
The
know, they
whole
was like,
era
"No,
of
you
like,
gonna be a rapper. You can't be singing." And I'm glad she looked at them and said, "I do what I want to do, whatever
yeah,
feels good." Because you know, a song is what 3-4 minutes. You know, you sing that thing and you go to the next song. You know,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, what's one dream collaboration that you would like to see happen for yourself?
It's a lot to name there too. I would say production wise, man, I would love to go find Gamble and Huff. They the two gentlemen, they did the Philadelphia sound, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, Gamba,
with
no?
the OJs and Teddy Pendergrass and all of them, and they still around from what I understand. Fonte, I don't know if you
Yeah,
ever heard of this old group called Big Brother, Little Brother, and
yeah,
they're back together, but he also got a group called Foreign Exchange. But Fonte, I see a lot of myself in him. He's something else to me. And he also can sing and rap his ass off too, excuse my language. But sure, D'Angelo, Jacob Collier, I would love to work with him. Take Six. I
yeah,
would love to try some acapella with them, man. It just depends. My brain be everywhere with it. I'm still, my mother, because she was a singer, I have access to a lot of old head people. There's this Motown artist that I'm writing a song for now called Brenda Holloway, and she was on Motown. She's doing gospel now, but
yeah,
I would love to collab with her on some stuff. I'm very close with Lakeside, that
yeah,
old funk band. I would love to do some new stuff with them. Matter of fact, my uncle Ricky Abernathy, he was the first original lead singer for Lakeside before Mark Woods took over, and
yeah,
he's actually signed to the label right now, man. So me and him, about to get some stuff together. But a lot of the old head groups, man, I would love to find them, man, and work with them. I would
yeah,
bring them back out to the forefront, man.
yeah. Let the people hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Pay it back, man. I just got through seeing the Ohio players live on stage too recently, man, and that blew my mind, man. And I wish I could just be like, let's get in the studio and work, man. Like, let's go. You know, yeah. So I'm a little old head, man, but I like the young people too, man. It's
yeah,
what's my man's name? Anderson Paak. I would love to get down with him.
yeah.
Yeah, any of them, man. Kendrick Lamar, we both from the same city. I work with Drake too. I ain't into that beef with them. That's silly. That's their issues.
That's true. Well,
Yeah, I ain't got.
he was here in Toronto last week in
Yeah,
the
he
place.
was.
It's solo both nights, so
Yeah,
we just want music at the end of the day.
it's music, man. You know what I'm saying? And whatever they got going on personal, I don't get involved in it.
Yeah,
That ain't my problem. But yeah, man, look, I work with anybody that want to work with me. Yeah, if I got time to, and it's a lot of up and coming artists, man, under me, man. I don't have time to be everywhere, but if I could, man, it's talent.
Yeah.
It's like the old song say, every black person is a star, man. You just
So
it's just about being discovered, man. But when it's your turn to go, you got to also make sure that
you're ready.
you don't have the time to put everybody on. Take care of yourself first, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be selfish a little bit.
So if you could describe this phase of your musical journey in one sentence, what would it be?
The beginning of a long journey. That's what I would say. It's
Okay.
finally happening, man. And it's finally happening. That's what I can say. And what better people to do it with? Moontown has shown me nothing but love. Man, I went and got the label tatted on my arm, man. That's how
Yeah.
much they've been showing me love.
Dedicated.
And if I don't work with them tomorrow, what they've been doing for me all enough already, brother, I can't ask for no more, man. You got to find people that believe in you, and they really do. They call me every day. They encourage me. And especially now, it was more personal a couple of years ago because it was just her.
Yeah.
But this thing has gotten bigger than me and Herb, man. It's a machine now. It's a
We
machine. And
always
what
need a
that
good
means
team.
is if you're not taking care of your business, including me, you will get ran over, and they will go to the next person. So you got to stay up on it. And for the fact that it's become a machine the way it's become and them still showing me love and all of that,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a beautiful journey, man. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I feel like a kid, man.
Good, always good to have a good team around you and the support.
It is. It is. Shout out to Moontown, man. Ron, Kim, everybody, man. They some incredible people.
So the project is dropping on the 27th this week,
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Any lasting words you have for the viewers out there?
Go buy it. Go buy it. Go buy it. Go buy it. And trust me, and I'm not being biased, man. I've heard the album. I don't know if it's the finalized album, but brother, everybody on there is killing. Everybody got a song. Shavana Adams got this song on there that, oh my God, like, oh God. I think the standout song on that album is gonna come from Brandy Little.
Yeah.
It's a song called I Thought It Was Love. Have you heard it yet?
No, I didn't. I only hear like little piece. I haven't heard the songs.
I
I've heard
think when I
pieces.
thought it was love drops, I think man, it sounds like a movie, brother. It sounds like a movie. The way her put them strings in there to elevate it, and she's like, wait till you hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if it knocks me out of number one, I'm okay with it because that
The
girl,
strong,
that
yeah.
song, but everybody on that song, man, on that album, it's an incredible project. It really
Yeah.
is.
Right.
It is. So yeah, no, support it because this movement is about to be on the rise, and you know how this works, man. Whoever supported the most, that's what cities we coming to. We coming to rock. I would love to be in Canada, man.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. I want to travel this world, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a big music scene. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I already know, and some beautiful people out there, man.
Yeah.
We be stealing some of them from you. I know we just stole Tamia from y'all and Rick Fox and,
Yeah.
and Drake. But Drake goes home though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear. I think I saw that big old mansion he got, that purple mansion.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna say, yeah, he does have one Bridalwood. Bridalwood.
Okay. Hey
Yeah.
man, if I come out there, you got to show me around, bro.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of tourist sites and everything here.
Okay. I like the tour sites, but I like the real home stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you
Yeah.
ever came to LA, I'll show you Hollywood. It's stanky. It stank over there. It smell like pee and all of that. But I got to take you to the neighborhood,
The
man. So
neighborhoods. Yeah.
so you can know the people, know your people out here. Yeah.
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 So all the best with the project. Said all the best with the project.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you. I hope it's well received, man. And it's
Yeah.
gonna be a hell of a ride. And there's more projects coming. I think I'm 4 or 5 songs into my solo project, R&B. But that rap album is coming too. I got another situation, a three in the game, me and this rapper out here named Showtime, and
Yeah.
legendary Mikey D. He's from New York. He used to be the lead rapper of Main Source, man. And I'm honored to
You
be.
know, main source was also Toronto too. I
Yeah,
know, yeah.
yeah, man. I'm doing some stuff with Mikey D, dog. Like,
Yeah, I know, Mikey, who you're talking about.
yeah, and he's so cool, man. That brother got 20-year-old energy. What up, son? Yeah, man. Yeah, son. I'll be like,
Oh man, yeah. Well, look forward
yeah.
to that too. And you have that ready and everything. You come on and speak about it as well.
I would love to, man. I would
Yeah.
love to. Yeah, we gotta see each other more, most definitely. Okay.
Okay. Your inspirational story too, with the patience and sticking to it and finally getting things to go through.
Man, you got to take care of yourself. That's all
Yeah.
it is. Like believe in your future, even if it looks bleak right now, believe that there's a future. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give up, that means you're gonna die soon. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And mentally, think always of the future, no matter how bad it seems right now, because and keep doing what you do, even if you get laughed at, even if they tell you too old to do it, all of that stuff. Throw
Yeah.
that out your ear and out your brain and continue doing you and be who you are. But be real about yourself. Now, if you're terrible, you get what I'm saying? And you still trying to pursue this dream. And I ain't gonna knock that either, but you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
know.
I'm saying?
You can't lie to yourself.
You cannot. Like I know when I'm off key. I know when I don't sound right. You know, if I got a song with Mikey D and he over there spitting some heat, and I know I'm not spitting heat, I know I gotta rework my stuff. You know, you can't be mediocre and be sitting up there with this attitude. You know, and that's the thing. I'm very humble. When I get on that stage, I'm on that stage to kill everybody. But the minute that song is
Yeah.
over, I take my bow and I cheer for the next person. It ain't just about your talent, it's about your attitude and your personality. You have to
Yeah.
humble yourself, root for the next person. You know what I'm saying? All
That,
of all of it.
yeah.
It's a
It makes
package.
sense that you're saying that because I've spoken to her plenty of times, and that's what he says. He looks for artists that are their attitude. They have it's not just the talent, their attitude, how they approach things, and be able to learn and adapt.
Yeah, it's hard working with people that, like for me, I used to be signed with Whitney Houston. That was 1996. What I look like walking up to her right now in 2025. I used to work for Whitney Houston, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
Nah, no, sir. You know what I mean? You gotta humble yourself. That's a personal accolade I get to take to my grave with me.
Well,
But
Whitney's the voice.
yeah, and she was
Yeah.
amazing, bro. She was so amazing, man. You
I
know.
know everyone still talks about it, man.
Of course,
Yeah.
as they will forever. Yeah. So,
Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out more videos on this Worldwide Entertainment TV media channel and our sister channel, Worldwide Entertainment TV Network.